Hey, so VEDA day 4, and it's like 7:45 in the morning, and I'm super tired because someone who was talking till 2 till like 4 in the morning woke me up half an hour ago by calling me to tell me that they couldn't sleep. So now I'm awake, and I'm going to stay awake, so I'm going to talk about Cinderella. Yeah. The movie just came out, and I haven't seen it yet, but people have been telling me about it, and I've seen a lot of comments about it, and I'm just talking about Cinderella in general. This is not that new movie specifically. So I've seen a lot of comments on social media about how she just kind of waited around for a prince to save her. The end, what a anti-feminist bitch. First of all, no. She definitely didn't just wait around. She was like a victim of abuse, and when you're a victim of abuse, what most people call waiting, you'll call surviving. She didn't just, when it wasn't just like she was just sitting around doing nothing. She was like, had to like be basically a slave for her sisters and her stepmom and all that, and she had to deal with all that all day, every day, 24/7, and she didn't get any relief or anything from that. That is definitely not just waiting. And like, she wasn't just a doormat. She didn't just let herself be walked over. She found love, and she survived, and she endured, and she didn't just give up. She didn't give up, and that is a really important thing. And that's like a positive message for a lot of other survivors of abuse. And I think that's important, and I hate it when people are like, oh, she just yeah, people say, oh, why did she just let her stepmother and her stepsisters treat her like that? And please, if you say that, please shut up and never say it again. Do you know how abuse works? That's not how abuse works. No. It's not just you letting people take advantage of you and treat you like crap. That's really not how it works. It's and even after all that and being treated like that, she didn't become a really cold, hard, evil, horrible person on the inside and block everyone else. She stayed kind and nice, and I think a lot of the mantra of the new movie, according to what I've seen of people, is be courageous, be kind, and everyone's like, oh, that's like a meaningless thing because that's not hard. But when you're a victim of abuse, it warps you inside. It hurts you and it changes you. But she chose to be better than how her abusers had treated her, which is an incredibly brave act. And even showing up to the ball is an incredibly brave act considering the situation she was in. And also people who say she was anti-feminist because she chose love and chose to get married and stay with the prince. That's not anti-feminist. Feminism is equality, and feminism means you have the choice to stay at home and get married and be a mom or whatever, or you can go out and conquer the world and do whatever you want. That's the entire point of feminism. And to get to be with the prince, it's a lot of survivors find it incredibly hard to feel loved and believe that anyone could love them, and that they can be in a relationship and to be loved and to love. That is an incredibly important thing for people to know. So the fact that she could do that was a big deal. I realize I'm talking about a fictional character, but it's the message behind it, and for abuse victims and abuse survivors. And I kind of feel like Cinderella didn't just survive. She overcame it. She forgave the people around her and bettered her life and stayed kind and pure and lovely despite everything she'd been through. And she forgave her sisters and her mother and stuff. And that is a hugely massive deal. It's important, and I think it's important that people know how how abuse can affect people, and that's what Cinderella was supposed to be about. When you made fairy tales, they all had a meaning, and a lot of the things get changed in the new movies and stuff, and they're like, oh, it's just a fairy tale, but a lot of them have meanings behind them. I'm rambling, but Cinderella was an abuse victim, and the "you can get over it" was a huge message, and I think that was a really important message personally for me as like a kid. And I know a lot of people I know who were like victims. You can get over things, and it doesn't matter about who treats you like what, you can make it better. And I think that's important. So I really hate it when people tear that down. And I'm really tired, so this is a bad video, as most of mine are, and I'm rambling. But I just think it's important. And also, just if you start bitching about the way a character is in a film, not how they're written or like how bad the film is, but just like because of their situation, and saying they're like an anti-feminist bitch because they decided to get married and chose love. I just think about that from like a people who are in that situation, and how crap that's going to make you feel. Like, Cinderella is like a story for abuse victims in my eyes, to empathize with and to help you, and it's just kind of tearing you down when you tear Cinderella down. I don't know. Everybody can be Cinderella, and you can all like have your magic ball and find your Prince Charming or your Princess Charming or your no one charming. It's about you. I'm tired. I'm going to stop because it's long and bad. But Cinderella. Go Cinderella.